Libertarian presidential nominee Governor Gary Johnson falling short of making it to the debate stage last night. But the third-party candidate created his own stage by taking to Twitter to react to the main event. Joining us right now is Libertarian presidential nominee, former Governor Gary Johnson. Governor, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Who won the debate from your standpoint?
Who won the debate? Well, the American people, of course. I mean, there's such a bright outlook now for America, right? After listening to the two of them last night, I couldn't be more facetious. Look, did Hillary Clinton do a better job of articulating the certainty that taxes will not go down, that regulations are certain to go up? Yeah, she did a better job of articulating that. She did a better job of articulating that government will be the answer to all of our problems. She did a better job of articulating that. Donald Trump, I think, there's a certainty that there's uncertainty when it comes to Donald Trump. Look,
what do you need to do to get on that debate stage next time?
Well, interestingly, Maria, I'm polling higher right now than Ross Perot was polling when he got on the presidential debate stage. So after that happened, of course, the Presidential Debate Commission made sure that no third party would ever be on that stage again, made up of Democrats and Republicans. So how do I get on that stage? Look, I just keep plugging along and offering a voice to, right now I'm leading in three groups. One is young people, one is active military personnel, I think I'm giving representation to those groups. Independents. I'm leading among independents.
If you want, as you said, smaller government, lower taxes, less regulation, less intervention in the economy, why wouldn't someone vote for Donald Trump who's saying exactly those things rather than you?
Who, I didn't catch
all you're saying doesn't really, you're a long way.
Well, I didn't catch anything about reducing spending when it comes to the government, and I don't see how that can be avoided. It's not an option to not talk about reducing spending. It's not an option to talk about not reforming the entitlements. Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, they're not going to be around for future generations.
I agree with you, but you know what? You don't win elections by telling the American people you're going to take stuff away from them.
Well, by take stuff away from them, look.
You talk about cutting Social Security and Medicare and fixing Social Security. It is a loser if you want to win anything.
But the truth. I mean, the winner is telling the truth in this whole equation. That's the winner on all this.
But how are you going to do it? I mean, how are you going to reform the entitlements?
Well, I think when it comes to Medicaid and Medicare, in my heart of hearts, having been governor of New Mexico, when it comes to Medicaid welfare, if I would have been granted a fixed amount of money from the federal government, I think I would have been able to provide a safety net. Of course, I would have had to have drawn new lines of eligibility. But in my opinion, that's the only way that we reform Medicaid. I think Medicare, that's the only way we reform Medicare. To do nothing is not an option. So, you know, when you look at raising the ages of eligibility, these are not onerous steps, but if these steps aren't taken, it will be bankruptcy. And bankruptcy, really, when you can print money, how does bankruptcy manifest itself? Well, it's whiplash inflation at some point. It's a lot more money chasing the same amount of goods and services. Look, we all know what that equation ultimately is going to lead to.
Governor Johnson, and this is no disrespect, but the chances of you being on the debate stage is very slim, and that, therefore many people are comparing you to a Nader, not a Perot.
Yeah,
let me just I know. Well, let me just finish the question, though. Let me just finish the question.
That I'm the first vote for so many people. I'm the first vote.
Let me finish my question, please. You are polling closer to 6% than you are 19%.
This is the last poll that came out, and I don't know what they do with the chicken bone things that they come out with these polls.
But irrespective of that, the chance of you being on the debate stage is unlikely. And therefore, most people, if you're not on the debate stage, the chances are you'll go lower than higher. So my question is, who do you think you'll be impacting more at the end of the day?
I hope I impact them both equally, and right now that is the case. I'm impacting them both equally. I don't see a vision for America that, for me anyway, look, it's not an option to do nothing. We cannot continue our military interventions. We cannot continue to support regime change that has resulted in so many thousands of innocent people caught in the crossfire in Syria. It goes on and on. Active military personnel. I'd like to think they're supporting me for a reason.
I'm not challenging their support. I'm challenging that you're closer to 5% than 15%.
Would you drop out if you were me? Let me ask you that. Or would you be principled and would you offer people a first choice?
Listen, I applaud that you're a thought leader and you are bringing things to the forefront. But at the end of the day, do I like that Nader, okay, impacted the Gore-Bush election? No, that's not where I think it should be.
What was that whole thing about you biting your tongue on MSNBC? What?
You know, being funny, trying to be funny, Maria.
So you're just trying to be funny and, like, appeal to...
Well, the notion of being on the debate stage, you know, what do you have to do if you're on the debate stage? All I have to do is be on the debate stage, and that 70% of America will actually recognize that there's another choice, something that doesn't exist today.
Governor, it looked weird.
Well, you know.
It just looked weird.
Hey, you know,
you want to
can't
be
have
president,
fun.
you can't
have fun.
Sorry.
You know. I know you'd do a better job running for president, but you're not.
I ain't
so
running. I ain't running.
So what can I say? So what can I say?
Potty mouth right here. I ain't running ever.
Governor, thank you. Good to see you. We appreciate it very much. Governor Gary Johnson.